Okay, good afternoon. Friday, March the 3rd, live 3:40 p.m. screen show here, 5 minutes early. But I'm going to wrap up a little bit early here today. But I just wanted to, again, make aware of some pretty important timing features here. First off, we've got the SPY up $1.95 here today. 32.24 is the strategic number. We've got the Dow Green up 13 and change on the daily, 53.91. Again, it is trading out. It's outside of its +3 ATR on the daily, but again, this is really telling a story here. I mean, this is just living on borrowed time, this market, as it continues, especially the Dow. The power bars, negative divergence, massive. NASDAQ up 8 and change, 12.11. Quite frankly, the power bars are red. That's bearish. IWM currently down 5 pennies, 23.66. Power bars bearish. And to coincide with that, let me say this. The monthly new high, new lows, which I always say one of the best leading market indicators out there. Currently, 1 month, 275 new highs, 592 new lows. Not only is the 592 new lows bearish, okay, we have gone neutral now. That's a minus 320, roughly 320, minus 320 new high versus new lows. We've officially going into neutral territory. The buy mode after 21 days is now going to be gone. Okay, so that is confirming what we're seeing on the power bars at the same time. Now, I got to switch over to the weekly one more time for everybody. Again, putting this into context. We've got the SPY. Obviously, it's up for the week. We know that. 99.89. That goes 99.94 with a green open on Monday. This is now finishing 6 weeks green of consecutive up weeks. Last time was March 2012. NASDAQ finishing the week with a 99.88. That goes 99.94 with a Monday green open. Now, the last time, let me just try to go back and see if we can find when the NASDAQ has had that type of a strategic weekly number. It looks like we're going to have to go back to this time frame here when it had a 99.99. Again, March 30th, 2012. The last time we had that type of a strategic number. On the weekly time frame, again, weekly is always our strategic decision. And of course, the IWM, it's been heading the other way on the weekly time frame for a while now here. And on the weekly, the power bar is now red. Market's living on borrowed time, folks. We're not under any illusion. This is just going to come down big time. And to go along with that, I just had checked in on the latest E-mini S&P 500 future contracts. This past week, they have increased. They're up to 578,611 long contracts versus 491,977 short contracts. That's a 86,634 plus differential longs versus short. There was a massive increase on the long side this past week in futures contracts. Always a contrary indicator. Doesn't tell you it comes down tomorrow, but again, you take all these technical indicators and you put them all together, they're all saying the same thing. It's incredible what they're showing. And finally, on this weekly time frame, the S&P, the price volume volatility. Look, this top tier The week ended 11/11/2016. Guess what? That's when the presidential election took place, right? If you draw a line on this, you're going to get a descending downward pattern on the weekly time frame, even though the prices have gone parabolic. Put it all together, and that is the indicator. That's the avalanche, or whatever you want to call it, that you see that's coming, and it's coming. So I just wanted to show you those indicators here on large caps, extreme oversolds. The numbers aren't that great for me, but AEM, which was a gold, today is now up 1.6%. We had that in the email. Gold turned around today after the Janet Yellen speech. As a matter of fact, let me get the exact quote here for you and what transpired when she spoke during that 1 o'clock hour. And I thought she made a pretty interesting point here. One, she said, rising U.S. debt is not sustainable in the long term. Surprise, surprise, right? Like we didn't know that. And I thought this was sort of fascinating. This quote, U.S. economic growth potential looks a bit less than 2%. And in addition to that, she pretty much confirmed that they're going to be raising interest rates in March. So they're going to be raising interest rates in March, going into a GDP potential that looks a bit less than 2%. Putting it all together, connecting the dots, they're raising so they can lower interest rates, you know, maybe March or maybe April, maybe May, because the economy is going to slow down that much. They see it coming, but they want to be able to lower interest rates. We've been saying this for a long time now. And when you're connecting the dots, it's pretty much what's going to be transpiring here. And we had an intraday turn, by the way, on gold. Gold is now, especially the miners, Nugent for the day is now up 5.3%. It was down to $7.89 on the low. And the junior miners, JNUG, was down to $5.73 on the low today. It's now up 9.5% for the day. Still oversold on the daily time frame. Most manipulated financial instrument there is, paper gold and the gold miners. But that's okay. We know this cannot stay here forever. There's got to be a move higher. And I think maybe we're just in the midst of it right now. I did not get any ads today, but that's okay. We may add something on Monday. We'll see. But the dollar's getting hit. The market's just biding its time before it falls off the wagon. And the economy is not as strong as they're leaving us believe that it is. So I'm going to leave you with that. Oh, by the way, let me give you one short that I'm going to wait until Monday because I don't like doing anything on a Friday. But check this out. This is on a daily time frame. Massimo Corporation, MASI, 99.98 daily. Negative divergent power bars to go along with the price volume volatility index. Switching over to the weekly, we got a 99.99. Yes, it's trading way outside. On the weekly, it's +4 ATR, but that's okay. I don't care. When you get these kind of numbers, they always are going to take over. So 99.99 on the weekly. I'll take that anytime. And it'll be 99.99 next week also on green, but I'm going to wait till Monday, but that's going to be, can't stay out here forever. That's going to be a short. So we'll leave it with that, and have a good weekend, and we will be back on Monday.